Hello, this is Kyle Perch. Today I'll be giving an introduction on how storage in Seblod works, and this is essential to understand. And also the start of creating a basic form app. And as you can see here, I'm using version 3 of Seblod. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing, we're going to go to app folders, and we're going to create a new app folder, and we're going to call it form, and we're going to set it to the app root and make it featured, and we're going to go ahead and save and close. Next thing to do is go to forms and content types, and here we're going to create a new one. We're going to choose the one we just created there, form, and we're just going to call it application form there. And the app folder we're going to store it in is the form which we just created. First thing to do now is save. Okay, first thing to note here when you're creating your form is this little padlock, and this is very important to understand. When it's locked, that means it is in exclusive mode, and when it's unlocked, that means it's in unexclusive mode. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a field in exclusive mode here. I'm just going to click on this little symbol here to add field, and we're just going to call it first name and leave it as a text field type, standard article, save and close, and save. Now let's go look at our database and see what happened. And you can see application form is the table that was created with this content type, and you can see there first name was created in that table. Okay, next, one note with the exclusive type, also with the exclusive types, you cannot reuse this field, this same field here, in other content types. And unexclusive mode allows you to do that, to reuse that same field across. So let's see what happens when you create a field with unexclusive. Let's call this unexclusive test. Alright, text. For now we're going to set all of our storage to standard article and leave that blank. We'll be going into a little more detail on this section here a little later. Go ahead and save and close, and let's see what happened in the database. As you can see, it did not store that field in that table, and it stores the unexclusive types under item content, as you can see here. So you really need, it's important to understand that, because when you're creating a form, most of the time you usually want, depending on what you're doing, you're going to want all your data in one table, especially when you're gathering data. Let's see, we'll go ahead and slide that over then. And save. Let's now note that it's exclusive. Just to do that one more time, let's call this one last name, text type, standard article, save and close, go ahead and save, and go back to our application form table, and you can see that it saved it, and that again was because it was in exclusive mode, and it needs to be set however you want before you click on to add your field. Okay, so now we want to view our form. This is just the admin form. This is for back-end submissions. We will need a submission button here, so add a new field. Let's call it submit, and change the type to button submit, and save and close. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and save, but we want to see it on the front end, not just the back, so we'll come over to our site form, and this is the front end, and Nice little handy feature here, this little bottom arrow, you can just assign all the fields from your admin form. And it's done. So now we're going to save. And we're going to assign it a menu position. Change this. Seblod form. Change this to our content type, which is the application form here. And we'll save and close. Okay. Now we'll go see our site. And we're going to get a permissions issue here. And so now we'll come back to our Seblod panel, and we're going to go into our app folder to set the permissions for this app, and click on form, and this little button down here, that's how you set your permissions for that app. And for the public right now, we're just going to set these for allowed. And save. And we're going to reopen our site, and you can see there is our form. Okay, so let's make sure this saves properly, and we'll submit. And in our database you can see that it has saved correctly. Alright, I think that is all I'm going to go over for this video. The next video I'm going to keep expanding my form and going over some more of the different field types, and get into a little more of that, and also getting into a little more detail on storage. That is all for today. Thank you.